Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmaster, welcome guest. When you think something is not right, but you are afraid of doing new start things, what can we do? Today, I want to suggest two things for everyone. First one, just listen to your heart without regret, go ahead. Second is ask others to help you. 10 years ago, when I was in college, I imagined my dream, that my dream was having a good family and being a good wife. I attended cooking school and the makeup school for preparing for being a good wife. And someday I was invited to have lunch with officer from WHO, World Health Organization. She discussed about small activity that can change the world. That time, I was really shocked. I couldn't any word in front of her because I never thought small activity can change the world. And even though I understood what she spoke, but I couldn't say any word, and even I say agree or disagree. Then I asked myself, do you like yourself right now? The answer is no. I want to see the bigger world. Then I tried to find out the solution from myself. What is my solution? Okay, I just started to go to law school and then decided to give up my jobs in Korea. My job was not that bad. That is government officials' jobs. And everybody wanted to have my jobs because that was permanent jobs in Korea. Then I said, I want to give up my job. Then everybody said, I'm so crazy. But I said, no, now I want to go to the bigger world. Then first challenge is studying law in UC Berkeley. When I started to discuss with my students and my professor, I couldn't say any word because I didn't understand what they are responding to my question. Also, I was afraid of saying different ideas to others because at that time, in my world, I think there is only one answer existed. That answer just instructed from professor or senior people gave me. So I was afraid of saying any new word from my mind. In my life, it was the same. I was happy with being a good member of a family, and I was also happy to be called as who's mommy and who's husband. But I ask again to myself, oh, do you like yourself? Are you just happy with being under somebody's achievement, being called as whose wife and whose kids, whose mommy? So, but I was afraid of asking my family to help me because I think all houseworking or taking care of kids are on my shoulders. I think this job is just only I myself can do it. So I didn't ask my family, but I started to be brave. I asked my family to help me. Surprisingly, they are happy to help me to divide all houseworking jobs. And now I'm working for the law firm and representing international companies who are for patent litigation infringement and filing prosecution for patents and trademarks and giving consulting to international companies for copyrights. Right now, many companies remember my name and they follow my advice and they adopt my advice for designing their strategies. Right now, I can live with my real name, Khunghee Kim, not under who's mommy and who's husband. Mm-hmm. And And also my family more appreciate my working and decide to and happy to share my working and more appreciate my house working. So I'm right now much happier than before 10 years ago. And so again, I wanna ask you again, you follow your heart without regret. Don't be afraid of the new things and ask others to help yourself what you really want from others. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do we have 1 minute on the clock, please, for evaluations?
That's great. Ready?
Thank you. I would like to welcome Jessica Pearl to evaluate the icebreaker by Khunghee Kim. Jessica Pearl.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, most honored guests, and especially Khunghee. Khunghee gave us a wonderful icebreaker today called Listen to Your Heart. And as you know, the icebreaker is a chance for us to get to know the new speaker, figure out what their strengths are, what they can improve on, and what they really bring to the table already. I felt that Khunghee's message was very clear today. She actually already used excellent structure, even though she's before her organize your speech, which is the next speech. But it was very clear that she had 2 main points: listen to your heart and ask for help. And I think that Khunghee had an amazing moment in this speech, because many people don't reach this kind of inspirational moment until their speech 10, but Khunghee was able to reach it in speech 1. And she actually asked me today to look at her elocution. She actually did. I'm not just She wanted me to look at how effective her speaking style was and the way she structured her sentences. And I felt that of course, there were a few words here and there that maybe were a little out of place, but I think that the way that she presented her speech made up for all of that, because she really reached out to us. The way that she was smiling and very confident, and her projection was excellent. I really enjoyed the tone of her voice. So really, if there were a few little mistakes in the sentences, I didn't think that it really had a huge impact, because I felt that overall we really got the message that she was sending across. Also, I felt that for an icebreaker, it was pretty incredible that she didn't look at her notes at all. I think it's okay to bring your notes up here, but if you're not going to use them, I mean, that's great. So congratulations on that as well. In terms of areas for improvement, it's very hard to suggest for someone who's so strong already during their icebreaker, but I'll offer a few suggestions. I think that Khunghee could use the pause a little bit more. For example, a few times in her speech, she asked the question, do you like yourself right now? And she was asking herself that question. I felt that she could have taken a moment before going on to the answer, which was, the answer is no, to really sit in that moment. And then all of us can think about, do we like ourselves right now? And then really understand the meaning of her speech. Also, I felt that for most of the speech, she was standing with her hands clasped like this. And I think it would help her a lot to just have her hands by her side, even if she's not ready to use full-on gestures at this point in her speaking, I think just having her hands by her side will help her feel a little bit more open when she's speaking. But overall, it was a fantastic speech, and I'm very much looking forward to speech 2.